Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a new Blu-ray and DVD update. This week we've got, as the title will suggest, a bit of a kind of mixed bag, a few vampire movies, and then we're going to kind of launch into showing some Disney stuff. So kind of a bit of a shift between genres and tones, if you like. We're going to start off with the Underworld trilogy that I picked up recently. I saw the trailer for the new film that's coming out this year sometime, I can't remember the release date, Underworld Awakening, and thought it looked pretty promising, as well it should because it's the trailer for it. And kind of, I remember going to see the third one not long ago. I forget when, was it last year or the year before? Rise of the Lycans, and I enjoyed it. You know, they have a lot of haters, these films, because I suppose they are a little bit daft. But I enjoyed it, and it kind of got me thinking back to the other films, and I remembered that I hadn't actually ever seen the second one. I'd only seen the first one kind of way back in the day, which I enjoyed. I mean, I think at the time, one of the biggest selling points, other than it being a kind of action film, and from a guy's point of view, I suppose, was the fact that Kate Beckinsale ran around in kind of tight, leathery outfits or whatever, pretty much kind of bondage gear, while she was kicking people's asses, which was always a kind of a big plus, I suppose. So I kind of checked that out, and I remember then kind of seeing the third one, but I don't think I ever saw Evolution. This is the second one in the series. I might have done like kind of on DVD or something like that. Possibly it wasn't memorable enough for me to kind of remember that I kind of actually saw it, but I'm looking forward to kind of checking that out. Yeah, the kind of the point of the story is, if you like, that I saw the trailer for the new film, and I thought before I go see that I'll have a little kind of journey through the other films, starting off with the original Underworld, followed by Evolution, and then Rise of the Lycans, which is a kind of a prequel, if you like, a kind of a history lesson in the Underworld universe, where it goes back to the kind of the old days of the werewolves versus vampires, and this one replaces, or not replaces, but stars Rona Mitra as the kind of heroine, if you like, as opposed to Kate Beckinsale, who's back for the fourth film. And like I say, I enjoyed this, you know, kind of crazy werewolf vampire action. If you've never seen any of these films, it's basically the kind of eternal battle between vampires and werewolves, and the kind of, you know, the humans who get kind of caught in the middle of it. Pretty daft, you know, as kind of throwaway popcorn entertainment, I suppose. Really good. All these Blu-rays feature really good kind of picture and sound quality. I've kind of had them all in the player just to kind of flick through, and considering that they're all so dark, a lot of the films take place in darkness, really good picture quality and sound quality, and they all feature, you know, plenty of special features on there. You know, each disc's got commentaries and kind of production design featurettes and things like that, interviews and whatnot, music videos, so kind of worth picking up. You know, if you've never seen it, any of the films in the series, then it's always worthwhile doing so. You need a bit of kind of crazy vampire werewolf action every now and again in amongst all of your kind of art house cinema and things like that. So that's the Underworld trilogy that I picked up. Next up, my kind of quest to complete my Disney Pixar kind of animation, if you like, collection. Got a kind of stack of Disney. I think if we'll start off with Tron, because it's not typically a kind of Disney animated classic, but it is from Disney. Tron Legacy, I should say. This is the sequel to the 80s original film, which I do enjoy. I know, you know, in hindsight, the original film got a lot of press, as you know, around the release of this new film, and it is good, and it is a kind of pioneering piece of film in terms of its visual effects and its computer-generated imagery. The original film, but I think you know, it does seem quite quaint, I suppose, by today's standards, and I suppose maybe modern audiences wouldn't find it as visually stunning. Obviously, you know, in the kind of years that have gone by, we've seen like quantum leaps, if you like, in computer generated imagery, which this kind of highlights. This film kind of highlights. I enjoyed this. I know there was a big hoo-ha at the time with a kind of digital Jeff Bridges, who on kind of putting this disc in and having a little look at it on Blu-ray, did a good job. You know, it's not going to fool you, and there's still a kind of questionable animation of the mouth. I think the mouth kind of gave it away for me, but you know, as far as those things go, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of hard work went into it, and it looks really good. You know, it's never going to fool you. not just yet, you know, there's still a bit of work to do to kind of really trick you, I suppose. Film-wise for this, I enjoyed this. I went to see it in 3D back in the day, back at the cinema, and enjoyed it, you know. The storyline, you know, it wasn't the kind of greatest kind of leap forward in terms of the storyline, but the visuals and everything, the light cycle chases were really, really cool. This is just the this is the double play, the DVD and Blu-ray set. I know when this kind of first got released, there was a kind of Cube box set that I saw kicking around. I don't think I've ever seen anybody show that on YouTube. So if you've got it, you know, let's have a look. I kind of didn't go for that. It was quite expensive at the time, and I wasn't quite sure whether it was going to be, you know, a kind of a thick card box, or if it was going to be a bit flimsy and I'm going to end up paying, you know, £50–60 for a piece of cardboard with a disc in it. So I didn't go for it. Anyway, crashing on. A Christmas related movie, obviously, that I picked up, or that I got for Christmas, was Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol. I enjoyed this. I know I've kind of seen people not kind of give it a kick in, but I suppose at the end of the day, you know, you kind of probably run out of time, just the amount of times that you've seen versions of this storyline, and maybe it's a testament to the fact that it is a great story, the fact that it's been kind of re-released and shown to you in so many different guises over the years, in television specials and in movies. You know, every few years this is going to get remade into a different kind of movie. But it's interesting to see Zemeckis do kind of something with it again. I saw this in 3D at the cinema back in the day, and I thought it was very interesting when I was in the cinema, because there was a lot of young children in there whose parents had obviously brought them along to see this kind of animated classic, and they all got really, really restless because it's not really the kind of brightly lit, kind of jingly jangly Disney kind of movie that they expected. It was quite dark, you know, the story itself is quite dark, and it plays out that way, and there's, you know, like a lot of serious moments in this and a lot of dark and kind of atmospheric moments that could have been a little bit too much for children, certainly children of the age in the cinema that I was in. But I enjoyed this. I think, you know, the technology obviously is mind-blowing, and the kind of the sweeping shots over London, of a digital London, are really amazing. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic on Blu-ray, and I'm a fan of it. You know, I'm a fan of Jim Carrey as well, and of the characters that he did here. Like I say, the only negative, I suppose, that I could, you know, stamp on this is that you're so familiar with the tale that it's, you know, it's really nothing new. But you know, you come back to it every year, so you know it must have something in it. But that's the double disc, again, the double play Blu-ray and DVD copy of Disney's A Christmas Carol, Zemeckis' film starring Jim Carrey. Right, onto the kind of Disney classics now. Picked up Fantasia. This is just the one disc special edition with the original Fantasia, and this is the third Disney classic, if you like, the third of their animated classics. I forget the year that this was released. I'm sure that no, I apologise, I can't remember. I'm sure it was could have been, was it early 40s? But really, really great film. This is a kind of massive childhood film for me. This I used to watch this all the time. Probably got a VHS copy of it sat around somewhere that's just worn to bits. Loved it, and I'm looking forward to kind of checking it out on Blu-ray. Heard good things about the kind of picture quality and everything on this, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. There's not a great deal in terms of special features on this, an audio commentary, and the original DVD commentary by Roy Disney, and then a couple of bits and pieces like interactive art galleries and stuff like that. Nothing substantial, I don't think, as I haven't put it in. Interestingly enough, something that surprised me when I looked on the back of this is that the running time's like 124 minutes. So you're talking about 2 hours, and I really don't remember it being that long, which is amazing. I'm really kind of looking forward to putting that in and seeing how that plays out. But in kind of stark comparison to that, I picked up Dumbo, which I watched not long ago, and it's amazingly, you know, that I was kind of surprised by the fact that Fantasia was running over 2 hours, and I was amazed by the fact that this ran at just an hour. And again, I suppose, you know, back in the day, maybe this was kind of the story only kind of really needed 64-minute runtime. Great story. This is the fourth Disney classic to follow. You know, it follows on from Fantasia. So, you know, I don't need to tell you much about Dumbo. You know, awesome vintage Disney. This is a double disc set, one that contains the DVD and the Blu-ray, and this is the 70th anniversary of this, which is pretty amazing, because, you know, these films they really do still stand up today. You know, kids these days, if you like, are still watching movies that are 70 years old. You know, albeit they're, you know, animation films, but for kind of real small children now and in the future, we'll still be watching these films, which is a testament to the excellence, you know, that the kind of quality control and the just the storytelling, I suppose, that Disney movies are kind of synonymous with. This features bonus shorts and a whole kind of mixture of documentaries about the making of it, and there's a deleted scene in there. So that's Dumbo, so looking forward to checking that out again. And next up is a Disney that I'm not really massively familiar with, and it's Alice in Wonderland. This is the 13th Disney classic. Again, a double disc set, I think, and featuring the film and the DVD inside there. Again, kind of plethora of making of documentaries and interactive games, and you know the kind of thing that comes on Disney Blu-rays and DVDs. Again, like I said, this is the 60th anniversary, so coming 10 years after Dumbo. In fact, not massively familiar with it. I'm familiar with the story of Alice in Wonderland, obviously, and you know, having been recently kind of redone, if you like, by Tim Burton in a film that I wasn't massively a fan of. But I'm looking forward to putting this in and revisiting it, because I don't really remember a great deal about it. It's not up there with some of my kind of favourite Disneys, certainly from kind of around this time. I'm a massive fan of you know, things like The Jungle Book. I love the Robin Hood. I love Disney's take on Robin Hood. What else is great from that kind of time period? I'm not sure. Yeah, Jungle Book's like a massive one for me. And obviously, like coming into the modern times, things like Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid. I love all those Disney films. I'm looking forward to picking up. I think it's The Fox and the Hound that's coming to the UK soon. And I heard a rumour, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're doing Aladdin. Are they doing Aladdin this year? I can't remember. I'm sure I saw somewhere that they were going to do Aladdin, going to release Aladdin. Anyway, but that's Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. And that's it, guys. That's it for this update. Kind of a bit of a mixture, Vampires versus Disney. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back very, very soon with another update. I'm still trying to work my way through a lot of Christmas stuff, and I've got a couple of big packages on the way as well. I'm hoping to kind of crack open. I'll possibly do an unboxing or a kind of closer look at a couple of packages that I've got on the way. So it'll be something a little bit different. Right, in the meantime, guys, thanks so much for watching this video, taking the time to watch it. Please rate, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all very soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.